So I'm going to verify my chart and my order, make sure there's no contradictions. I'm going to gather my equipment, which is my peak flow meter and my journal. I would then, after gathering my equipment, go to the patient's room. I would knock on the door. I would walk in. I would wash my hands, put on my gloves. I would ask the patient for their name and date of birth.
My name is Addison Horman, and my birthday is June 8th, 2029.
Okay, 2029. Let me just check that wristband. Okay, it is the correct person. It is June the 8th, 2009. Okay. And then I would explain to the patient what I'm going to be doing today. So what I have with me today is a little tool we like to call a peak flow meter. It's going to help us determine between symptoms and an asthma attack, for your asthma, of course. And I'm just going to simply explain to you how to use it and stuff like that. So basically what you're going to do is sit up straight whenever you perform this test, okay? And you're going to take this thing and you're going to shake it till that yellow piece is closest to the mouthpiece, or at 60 or 0, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to put your mouth around the mouthpiece, create a tight seal, and you're going to blow as hard as you can, okay? Now I'm going to explain it to you, okay? So what you're going to do is take the mouthpiece, shake it down to 0, make sure you're standing up or sitting up straight with your back straight, you know? And then you're going to breathe in as hard as you can, big as you can, and you're going to create that tight seal and blow as fast and as hard as you can. And you're going to do that for 5 times, okay? And of course, as I ask her to demonstrate it for me, I would record what she does and make sure that all those numbers are 40 liters a minute in between each other, okay? And you're going to do that, okay? And then I'll explain some more things you need to do after. You guys want to make sure you have at least that little bit correct for me, okay? Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you could just go ahead and do that for me. Okay. And then I would write down what she has made, of course. And so you're going to do that 5 times. And now the other things we're going to add on to it is that you're going to record your 3 highest numbers or your personal best number. And you're going to do that for 2 to 3 weeks, okay? And we would like you to do this test for yourself in the AM and the PM. Good times for that would be like from 10 to 12 and from 8 to 10, like that. And we'd also want you to do it pre and post. So like before you take your inhaler and after you take your inhaler, okay? Each and every time you do that.
Okay.
Or when you feel like you might be having an attack or something like that, just blow into it, write down your personal best if you can. Even 1, even if you don't do 5 maneuvers, it's fine. Just write down your personal best, okay? And maybe try to write down what kind of triggered your asthma attack. Was it exercise? Was it dandruff from your dog? Was it rabbit fur? Just try to write down what you can. And if you can't, that's okay. And you bring it back to us, and that would help us manage and find that trigger for your asthma and things like that, okay?
Okay.
I'm also going to give you this little piece of paper, and the green zone up here is when you're having no symptoms or anything else. That means you're good. Green for good. You're good. And yellow is when you might be having some symptoms, but you're not sure if you're about to have an asthma attack or not. This yellow zone will tell you, wheezing, cough, and things like that. It would be good to take your inhaler, or maybe if you feel like, man, this is a bad asthma attack, or, I think I'm about to have an asthma attack, call your doctor, okay?
Okay.
And then the red zone down here is you definitely need to call your doctor. You feel like you're real short of breath, bad wheezing, you feel like you might pass out, things like that, or you can't get a breath in. Call your doctor immediately, go to the emergency room, and and of course try to take that inhaler. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want you to try to repeat back to me, if you don't mind, what I explained to you. And then I'm going to have you blow through this one more time just to make sure you got it. I believe you have it, but I just want to make sure, okay?
Okay. So make sure I'm sitting up straight
Yeah.
or standing up straight.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the yellow is at the very bottom,
Yeah.
0 or 60.
Mm-hmm.
And then take in deep breaths
Mm-hmm.
for 2 to 3 weeks
Mm-hmm.
every single day.
Yeah.
Write it in my notebook. The 3 best ones or my number 1 best.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything triggers it, make sure to write it down. And I can either do 1 breath, or if I feel like it, I can do up to 5 and write down the best. And if it's like really, really bad, make sure to call the doctor and let them know.
Yeah. So again, doing this in the AM, PM, between those times I told you, 10 to 12, 8 to 10, before taking your medication and after, when you feel like you're having an attack, and you said that you would write down what triggered it. Yes, that's what you do. And then, of course, if you feel like you're in that red zone of that paper I gave you, making sure you're calling your doctor. That's good. Now, I just want you to do this test one more time for me, just to make sure you got it, but I believe you, okay?
Okay.
And we're just going to have you blow through it one time, okay? As my patient's doing this, I'm writing down their personal best and things I had earlier, putting, I already have it written down, sorry. I'm deciding what zone they were in, things like that, charting this stuff. Okay, great. Awesome. Now what I'm going to do is leave this with you, and I'm of course going to leave that journal with you, and make sure you're taking notes and things like that. Is there anything else I can do for you before I go?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So then I would take all my notes and things I have, take off my gloves, sanitize, leave the room, sanitize again, and chart what I've done and all of that stuff. And making sure to maybe come back later if I find out that, hey, this might be bad or whatever, explaining to the patient, some plans we can get them on.